WrestleMania 23, Mr. Kennedy became Mr. Money in the Bank when he won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mr. Kennedy was given the go-ahead by WWE officials to take the title off The Undertaker by cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, as The Undertaker was injured in real life and needed surgery. However, before this could go ahead, Mr. Kennedy unfortunately suffered a real-life injury during a house show. It was revealed that he had torn his bicep and was told that he would be out for at least 7 to 8 months. This meant that he had to lose his Money in the Bank opportunity, and he did, against Edge. The Rated R superstar was given the go-ahead to do what Mr. Kennedy was supposed to do, and won the title off The Undertaker. But, just as this happened, Mr. Kennedy found out that he had not torn his bicep, and it was just in fact a massive hematoma. He returned a month later, but what an opportunity he missed of becoming the World Heavyweight Champion, an accolade he has never achieved during his time in the WWE. John Cena isn't a guy who normally loses.
You line them up, I will knock every one of them down.
So it was pretty shocking to find out that he was unsuccessful in his attempt to cash in his Money in the Bank contract when he won it back in 2012. Or was he? Well, as it's John Cena, he did win, in fact. But it was by disqualification. It's a bit of a weird one, because although he did cash in his Money in the Bank contract against CM Punk, he did not win the WWE Championship off CM Punk due to the Big Show interfering in the match, so he was unsuccessful in that regard. This made Cena the first Money in the Bank winner to fail to win a title, which is essentially the point of winning the Money in the Bank contract, to win a title. Now, I know you all may be thinking, didn't Daniel Bryan cash in his Money in the Bank contract at WWE TLC 2011 by pinning the Big Show? In those exact words, you were thinking those exact words. Well, that's actually true. However, this was not his first attempt. In an episode of SmackDown, Mark Henry, who was the World Heavyweight Champion at the time, was involved in a segment with The Big Show, which ended up with The Big Show delivering his knockout punch to Mark Henry. With Henry completely knocked out in the middle of the ring, Daniel Bryan seized this opportunity to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. After struggling to roll the big man over, Bryan eventually pinned Henry in a 3 count, which saw him win the World Heavyweight Championship. But this celebration was cut short when SmackDown GM at the time, Teddy Long, came down to the ring to overturn this decision based on the grounds of Henry not being medically cleared to compete. This news basically gave commentator Michael Cole an orgasm. Now, let's listen to the same clip again, but this time with your eyes closed.
I told you.
This isn't WrestleMania! This isn't WrestleMania! Bryan cash it in at any time! Stop this! Come on, Mark! What's happening? Henry down! Henry down! Dude,
Damien Sandow was always a fan favourite due to his overwhelming charisma. Whether it was the intellectual saviour of the masses, Damien Mizdow, Macho Mandow, Brett Sandhart, or Vincent Kennedy
McMandow!
he was always highly entertaining to watch, even if it was a little cheesy. Damien Sandow won his Money in the Bank contract by turning on his partner, Cody Rhodes, thus ending Team Rhodes Scholars. This enraged Cody Rhodes, who proceeded to damage Sandow's briefcase by throwing it into the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, we got to witness 10 out of 10 acting from Sandow. Sandow to create his own custom Money in the Bank briefcase, which he used to cash in to none other than John Cena. John Cena took a hell of a beating before the match, and still managed to defeat Damien Sandow, and therefore relinquishing Sandow's Money in the Bank briefcase. This match was quite possibly one of John Cena's most disgusting burials in professional wrestling history. Episode of SmackDown just before SummerSlam, we saw what was potentially the biggest screw-up in Baron Corbin's career. I literally felt so bad for him when he failed to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. WWE creative screwed him up big time. And John Cena, don't forget John Cena. I mean, he has been involved in 3 of the 5 failed Money in the Bank cash-ins, so that does say something, right? But it is actually rumoured that the decision for Baron Corbin to lose his Money in the Bank contract may have come from his Twitter account activities. It's no secret that Baron Corbin can be a bit of a dick on Twitter, to which I say he is just being a very good heel, to be honest. But it's safe to say Corbin messed up in the WWE's eyes when he tweeted at respected journalist Dave Meltzer in a disagreement he had. And in another incident, called WWE fan Mike Gilbert, who serves in the military, a loser. His Twitter activity caused him to receive a lot of heat backstage, which likely resulted in the finish where Jinder Mahal used a roll-up pin to defeat Baron Corbin after John Cena distracted him, thus causing him to lose his Money in the Bank contract. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like